largest and deadliest desert. An empire of sand as huge as the United States. Crossing the Sahara by car is one of the last great adventures. Desert drivers on the tracks of a legend, the Citroen expedition. It was the first to ever cross the Sahara by car in the 1920s.
This is the route of the Citroen expedition. It's insane.
Das ist schon der Wahnsinn.
Far away from civilization, most of the drivers come from big cities. They want to test drive their off-roaders out in the wild and push their own limits. Adventure holidays in the spirit of the pioneers, a true challenge, even today.
Das sind ja ganz andere Grenzen.
On a journey like this, you're facing new limits. Nothing like the ones at home or at work. A totally different world, totally new thinking. That's what's so amazing.
Das fasziniert die Leute, ja.
260 horsepower and four-wheel drive. But even that is not enough in the desert sand. 80 years ago, people didn't even have proper tires. And still they took on the Sahara. Over and over again.
Das sind absolute Quantensprünge.
It was worlds apart. These people really thought they could cross any terrain with half-tracks. And Citroen did, not just in Africa.
Abandoned military posts in the middle of the Sahara. The French once built them to conquer the desert. Now the desert conquers them back. The French have long gone, but a motor cruise like this wouldn't be possible without them. The first nation to cross the Sahara by car also brought us the cross-country vehicle. The French planted their flag in the desert sand, but keeping it there was hard. Time and again, the natives rebelled. The colonialists couldn't control the Sahara. One reason, their modern trains and cars were useless in the sand. The odds were in favor of the desert tribes. They knew how to handle the heat and the thirst. For many Frenchmen, the Sahara became their grave. Military patrol and reconnaissance troops were often slaughtered by desert warriors.
There were several attempts to cross the Sahara by car, but they all ended in disaster, every single one of them.
In the early 1920s, things finally change. Cars instead of camels. In October 1924, a new expedition goes even further, beyond the Sahara. 16 men with 8 novel Citroen cars don't only want to cross the desert, they want to go all the way through Africa. Many think it's a suicide mission. They name their adventure the Croisiere Noire, the Black Expedition. Crusaders of progress. The motor missionaries can travel hundreds of miles in one day, thanks to technology that becomes known in World War I. Cars with tracks.
The half-track is a car at front and a tank at rear. The front wheels do the steering, just like in a car. But the rear drive wheels are replaced by tracks. That gives you a machine that can master any terrain, but that's handled like a car.
The First World War accelerates progress in a horrible way. innovations for the kill lead to a bloodbath of unprecedented scale. The English introduce a new weapon to the battlefield, a moving monster. Its tracks roll over anything, from trees to barbed wire, like this French machine. But the tank has civilian roots. Cars with tracks were already invented in 1906 by Adolphe Croisiere. Snow-worthy limousines that can drive on and off the road. Experts call them half-tracks. In French, autochenille. After the war, Croisiere finds work in Paris. His new employer, André Citroen. In the 1920s, Citroen made a name all over France with great advertising and great cars. In the future, he plans to build more than just town cars. Citroen wants to motorize the countryside and build cars for the colonies.
It was important to him to use new technology and to make it widely accepted. And he immediately realized the enormous potential of this concept for off-road cars.
Citroen said, let's be useful, let's go further, and let us master new dimensions. And let's aim high in science and culture.
Her father was an officer in Algeria, but his adventures for Citroen became his life's work. Daring expeditions that combine discovery with advertising. It's never been done again. Famous explorers joined the team, as well as the film crew. Their footage is meant to spread the name Citroen around the world, and with it, the glory of France. To ensure the success of his expedition, Citroen appoints his best executive manager as the leader of the expedition, Georges-Marie Hart.
My grandfather was a man of style and discipline. He was extremely clean and accurate, and he made sure all his men followed his example. Every morning, everyone in the team had to shave and to dress well, no matter what lay ahead.
The expedition leader always keeps a brave face, no matter how bad the situation. He admits his fears to no one but his diary. Cadavers of dead camels line our way. He once notes, a macabre sight, it's becoming a nightmare.